Hi, this is Dan Morgan from Beyond 20. Today we're going to take a look at icons in the portal as they relate to the service catalog and how we can change those. So if you log into the service catalog via the portal, I'm going to click on service catalog here. Actually, I'm already logged in as Henry, but I'm going to get a nice little list in version 8 of kind of a service category, subcategory layout, and I've got all these little icons to the left of the category values. So we may be wondering, how can I easily change those? Well, let's go take a look at that. There's a couple places we need to drill into. I'm going to minimize the portal here, and let's go take a look at our browser and mobile settings. So I'm actually logged into the admin tool. So we'll go to browser and mobile. We'll go to our site manager. I'm going to edit my IT site, and then I'm going to go to my menu. So here's where I have my service catalog. Now I could actually go into the one-step manager to get to the service catalog as well, but I wanted to drill through it this way to show you where you actually would attach it, or where it is already attached in the portal. So now I'm going to click on my ellipses here to the right. I'm going to go into my portal folder of my action catalog, and there I've got service catalog. So I'm going to right click and edit that. So what I wanted to show you is under my display, I don't have an image for subcategory, but I do have excuse me, an image for the category. So if I go into my groups section, again, subcategory, incident category, if I click on display options, here's where I can say what image is going to be displayed. So let me back up here. If I go up to service, display options, there's no image attached to the service, although there could be. And back to subcategory, there's actually no display options for that one. So really out of the box, the image is set at the category level. And again, I'll go back into display options. And this field image is just a field on the category table. So let's back out here. So now what I've done is I went to Database, Export Data, Export a single business object, and I went and found the incident category table, because again, that's where that image field is. And then I browsed out and I exported the category table into a CSV format. So let's open up that CSV in Notepad, and I wanted to show you that at the far right of the CSV, that's where our image value is contained. So desktop 2, globe, vibrate 1, mail, telephone, and so on. And you'll see the heading for this CSV, that's this field. So it's referencing the image field. So what we'll notice is it's not really referencing any type of ID. It's really just referencing a name. So in this case, again, desktop, globe 2, vibrate 1. So what we could do is we could get those images into the image manager, and then I could open this CSV file maybe in Excel or something that's easier to manipulate, and then just go change the name of the image that's going to be associated with a particular category item. So let's do that. I'm going to minimize here. Then I'm going to go into my image manager. So to get to image manager, I do actually have to go into a blueprint. So I'll create a new blueprint, go to managers, images. So I'm going to drill into the image manager, go to global, and service catalog items. So that's where my icons are stored that are referenced in that CSV file that we just looked at or attached into the category table. So now if I was to import a new image, so let's just call this test. I'm going to import, I'm going to browse and find an image here. Now the images have to be of a certain size, so this one's bigger than 512K, so that one won't go in. So let me go back and pick this nice little small one that's 46K. Click OK. and that one's called test. So let's say I imported 15 or 20 new images here. Then all I would have to do is, of course, publish the blueprint, which would then get those images into Cherwell. And then I could go back to my CSV file or my Excel spreadsheet and replace that word or add a new row. So let's just say I wanted this particular email and calendaring item to not reference that desktop image anymore, but I wanted it to use that new test image. So again, as long as the names match, this is going to work just fine. I could then save the CSV file, import that CSV file back into Cherwell, and then I should have that new image associated with it. So let's save this. I'm going to go back into my portal, and that was email and calendaring. Let's scroll down here. Browser client, so this was the desktop one. So that's the image that was there previously. So now if I go back into my admin tool, I'm going to have to publish this blueprint. I'm going to uncheck rollback like you should never do, because you always want that backup file. But just for speed purposes, I'm going to uncheck that. Okay, so now our publish is done, and I'm going to go back to database, and this time I'm going to import. So I'm going to import that CSV file that I just modified, and I'll go browse to him. He's in my C drive, Cherwell category, and then I'm going to point at the incident category table and do my import. And since that was exported right from this same table, the fields all match up. So the columns match up to the mapped fields, and this is the field that I'm concerned with for this import. I'm just going to click through. I want to delete the existing ones so we don't create duplicate entries. Do a quick test. Successful. Do my import. Excellent. Now if I go back to my browser, and we'll see if it picked it up yet. I may have to refresh here. But if I go back to the service catalog, email and calendaring, there's my new image. So again, you can see how we might be able to pull images in very quickly instead of having to go into the category table and select them one by one. So if you did want to do it manually, you'd have to log into the client tool, go to my table management, or of course you could do table management from admin now as well. But if I want to do it from the client tool, I would log in, tools, table management, go to my incident category table, and then drill into each category and choose the image from there. So it's obviously very quick or quicker to do this in bulk if I want to change all those images for the service catalog. So that's a quick way to change your images in the service catalog in Cherwell Service Management. If you'd like to see our other videos, please subscribe at www.youtube.com/beyond20llc.